Hello everyone, slightly different recording setup for this one. I've given it a bit of a test out, and no microphone. The microphone is on my camera, my Canon M50, so I'm just seeing how well it works with such a lot of background noise. Make sure I got the microphone on, I have, so we're good to go. Just delivering the calendars in the box on the back seat. That's the 2020 Hubnut calendars, now available in the store. So I need to deliver them to Rachel, who's doing the merchandise at the moment, so you can order them. We've only had 200 made up, so I wouldn't linger. They sold out quite quickly last year, and naturally feature fleet favourites such as this very 2CV. Gosh, it's wet here again. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the calendars very much. But I thought I'd just do a bit of a blog, or a vlog even, about rubbish cars. Because, you know, I do reviews on cars a lot of people consider to be rubbish. And some people, maybe rightly, have said that it's impossible for a car to do wrong. It's impossible for a car to be so bad, I don't like it. And I suppose there is some truth in that. I guess with a rubbish car I tend to look for the good points, whereas in a car that's meant to be good I will look for the bad points, because I often feel the tags, you know, where cars are lauded, I don't always feel it's appropriate. I don't think they're always actually worth the plaudits. Maybe Mark 1, Mark 2 Escorts, I'm looking at you. Yes, they won World Rally Championships, but the bread and butter ones weren't bad, but nor were they anything special at all compared to the competition. They were distinctly average. Oh, there's some very soggy motorcyclists, brave boys, on a day like today. Also brave, the World Rally Championship is in town in this local area at the moment, so they'll be having some fun, getting very muddy out on the stages. But yes, returning to dreadful cars, and I guess the question is there a car that's so rubbish even I wouldn't want to drive it? Mark 1 Isuzu Trooper I think remains the worst car I've ever owned. It was rubbish off-road, it was rubbish on-road, it was the gearing was awful, so you always seem to be in the wrong gear. It didn't really have any power despite having a turbocharger. And it had very poor axle travel, but also very stiff suspension, especially on the back, so it was hideously uncomfortable. Oh, and there is an Isuzu Trooper. That was the second generation one. Funny how these things happen sometimes, isn't it? Word's getting out, they're ganging up on me. So, I mean, that is one vehicle. I have no desire ever to drive one again. I know Paul Cowland, a man off the telly, does various car programs. Turbo Pickers, I think, was one of his. He's got a Mark 1 Trooper, a petrol one, and he loves it and keeps sneaking it into car shows, which I fully approve of, even if I don't like the Troopers myself. So yeah, sometimes I contradict even myself. But yeah, I mean, look at the Marina. The Marina was a car, I was kind of expecting it to be terrible, but I wanted to get from where I was to where I was going, and it did that. And I don't think it did it that badly either. The City Rover. The City Rover is pretty terrible in a lot of ways. The gearbox sounds horrible. The indicator stalks are flimsier even than a Citroen 2CV. And the one in a 2CV falls off very easily and quite often. So yeah, even the City Rover, at the end of the day I can jump in it and go where I want, and it's actually fairly peaceful, it's fairly civilised. The suspension's a bit bouncy, but that's true of an awful lot of modern little cars. The suspension is just too stiff. I don't know if it's to try and stop them falling over in an elk test style-y. I know that's what happened to the A-Class Merc. They basically stiffened the suspension up so it couldn't roll. Oh, both cylinders early, there we go. That's with new plugs, that's a bit worrying. Maybe I need to get some new HT leads. Yes, I suppose it does depend what you're looking for. I mean, mediocre cars do my head in, and they may be very good for what a lot of people want to do. Volkswagen Golf is a key example. I've got a Volkswagen Golf video coming up, but I can tell you now, I can't get excited about Golfs. I think they're cars for people who don't want to be excited. Obviously there's performance versions, but most people just buy a boring diesel Golf, and really there is just, I can't find anything to recommend them. Does that make them a crap car? No, because ultimately the purpose of a car is to get you from A to B with a minimal fuss possible, and I'd say Volkswagen have cornered that gap in the market very well. And you know, Ford also very good at supplying the car the average person wants, not necessarily excitement. These cars don't interest me as much. I'm more interested in the oddballs, the quirky, the unusual. I mean, I'm in a 2CV at the moment. You can hear how loud it is, and you know, the wipers are very small, and the demisting is a bit rubbish. I'm getting blown around in the wind. Really, as a car, the 2CV is not the best option. It's hard work. I think we're going flat out at 55 at the moment due to the headwind. If I wanted an easy journey, a Mark IV Golf would beat this hands down. But this is more fun. I get more satisfaction from driving around in something that's more difficult. And really, when you say that out loud, it sounds completely stupid. It sounds perverse. It's like saying, no, I don't want those comfy shoes. I would rather walk in these stilettos, thank you very much. Which a lot of women do. Thank you, women, for wearing such silly shoes. Oh, good. Come on, Ellie. Sorry, having to concentrate on that bend. It just goes to show that really, yeah, the level of crapness is very much like the level of beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder. And whereas some people get excited about a Maserati Ghibli in terms of looks, I get excited about the Land Rover Freelander Mark I. I think that's a very fine looking car. And looks is something I should probably discuss in another vlog, because it's amazing what we forgive for looks. I mean, really, I drive a 2CV instead of a Diane because I prefer the way the 2CV looks. Even though I like Dianes, I'm not knocking Dianes, far better cars. But I live with the hardship because I prefer the way the 2CV looks, that sort of classic snail shape. Oh, the light has gone a bit dark all of a sudden. Hello? That's because the ambient level outside has gone dark. Ooh, oh, that Astra was steaming. I was doing a good kettle impression. I don't think that's appropriate. Not just Rovers that go all kettle-y. I'm rather drifting from the point. And my point was just that, yeah, crapness is judged in different ways by different people. And generally, is there even such thing as a truly crap car? I mean, those micro cars of yesteryear are generally awful to drive, and some of them are quite horrifically slow, but people have fun with them. And isn't fun really what it's all about? I'm now stuck behind the Honda Jazz again. It's about having a nice time, and you can have fun in completely crap cars. Sometimes it's the crapness that makes them fun. So yeah, I don't get the snobbishness, the I would never drive that because. I mean, yeah, just enjoy life, and it doesn't really matter what you're driving. This channel is proof that you can have an awful lot of fun in perfectly mediocre transport, and I'm pleased that so many of you seem to want to come along for the ride, so thank you very much. Anyway, that's definitely enough prattling on. I shall say thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe before you go, and we shall see you in a future video. Farewell.